Aha! Old McStevie bought the farm. E-I-E-I-O. Okay, well, on this episode of our Fine Twisted Reality, as you can hear in the background, my lovely angel wife Jeannie got the tractor running and put away. So, I'm going to start at the top of the hill today. A lot of improvements. Still looks like a construction zone, so we did not get all the raised beds done we wanted to, but we did get a good start, and we're going to be adding a few more deeper ones. Most likely stainless steel when we get a chance. So, with all further ado, let us go in. So, as you can see, we have a whole ton of mulch and probably about 8 bricks of peat moss, and ain't near enough. So anyway, what we did is we had this gate right here, 4 foot on each side. We're gonna end up putting hardware cloth over to stop the chippies, and we did finish the fence off. And we'll hang on again where my strikingly beautiful wife is putting away my rototiller. Oh yeah, there, that is true beauty. That is a woman. Yummy. So, moving on back, we'll go back here as we're entering. We did get some of the lattice work up, and I'm undecided if we're going to put 2 on this side by the garden or not. And so that'll be for a future time. So anyway, I'm going to pan around in here and give everybody a little shot. There's the old garden. And that little puppy right there is the other tree we had to plant, which is a pear tree. The cherry behind. And right here, we have our 6 by 20 foot bed that we just put in today. And then the other pear tree, put the rocker onto the sitting area there. And this is really awesome. And I know a lot of people don't like Walmart, but I'll tell you something right now. We got these for 29 bucks at Walmart, and they are made in the USA not only, but they are also from a farm in North Wisconsin. So, beautiful weather coming up. As you can see, we already got the buds opening up. And even right there, some nice color on our peach tree. It's a nice, beautiful red for the bark. You start the buds coming together. I'll bet you in about 2 months, these are all going to look totally different. So anyway, we did the 10 by 20 raised, or 10 by 6 raised bed. And then we did a 6 foot square one here. Now I know a lot of people don't like doing it that big, but you know, we're going to be growing some big crops in here. So, you know, some watermelons hopefully. And we took the old one here, it was 10 by 6, we made it a 20 by 6 here too. And the main bed, we made it a 30 foot long horseshoe, if you can see around. And we basically have all the street or walkways defined in here. What we're kind of going through now. And then inside the cage, as you can see right here, the walkway goes in to where we're going to be able to grow some stuff inside and utilize a cage all around that we put on the frame. This goes up to about 5 feet here all around. We may be actually going around everything if you can see and look close. And didn't quite get it finished. Well, we've been going since 9 this morning. It's probably about 4:30 or so. So we're getting pretty pooped. And we're still putting stuff away in that. I'm trying to get this video all quick because I like to keep on a schedule. I originally shoot for about 20 minutes in that, if possible. But like I said, this was pretty labor intensive today. So with this space right here, we're probably going to put one of these steel beds here we're looking at, and possibly 4 more right here between the cherry trees and the pear trees we just planted, and then right here, and then going back over here by the pear tree again. We're most likely going to need to make some sort of structure for the grapes. As I said, what's going to be a pain in a lot of places, we're going to have to actually put some hardware cloth around, do some extra protection inside for the chipmunks. They usually dig, but I'll tell you what, they love the strawberries. And if I gotta sit there and go out and get my 22 after them, you know, if I gotta take that much time and get it out, you know, they're gonna pay. But, you know, for bigger critters too, if possible, we do have some live traps too. So, going on here, moving along. We did get the fence around the whole perimeter and that. Like I said, we still got some more stuff to add to the doors and that. And this was a little bed we started last year, if you can see. A lot of stuff didn't do. We did have 2 rhubarb plants that made it from last year that we planted from the rhizomes. Right here and here. So those are going to stay. We also have I believe 16 or 24 asparagus plants that our first year, so probably next year or so they'll be able to harvest. That's going to go on the upper half back here. And right about down here, we're going to direct sow some beets into the ground. This right here, it's about 6 feet across between the kids' tires and the back of the raised garden ones. Now, the reason we did that is so we had a nice little intersection here. I could have pushed it up a little bit more, but then everything would be way off. And we were originally going to do a couple of smaller beds, but we opted for the bigger beds. So, just because it looked a little bit more even to maximize what we can actually get in here. So this space right here, it's kind of in the open. We were talking about maybe having like a little swing here or something, but you know, at the same time, you know, it'd be kind of neat to have like a little boulevard or something, and you know, with the walkways, and probably right down the middle, we may put about a 1 or 2 foot strip right here. You know, we got plenty of rocks and pavers and that we can get in. Right now, Home Depot's got them pretty cheap and a lot of them on clearance. This really sucked last year. Rabbits got a hold of a lot of the branches of any of the herbs. So they don't look the greatest, which it's really not the end of the world. Because we can get a few more. But at the same time, it's almost too early to tell. When we planted these herbs originally, they were in, if memory serves me, probably late June, early July. And they still did pretty good at the same time, too. So maybe they will actually come back. But if they don't, it's really no major. It's another little 5 by 15 foot or so bed that we can utilize. And if we end up doing that, I will most likely probably add a little bit more right here at the end, and maybe move these pavers here and add a little bit here. And then we're gonna end up doing something here yet. I am not sure what, between the 2 trees. I mean, we don't want too big, just for the simple fact that, hey, you know, trees are going to grow eventually. I know it's going to be a few years before they get too big. We got them spaced a little closer, so that might stunt the growth a little bit as well. So, that's in the air yet. But like I said, we got a lot of things going on here. We got a lot done today. Most notably, as you can see on last week's video, that bed was half the size, and that was 2/3 the size right there, and the cage wasn't done. I took a handy pipe cutters and I took care of that side, so it all sank back down, to which it'll all be buried. And if I estimate it correctly, most likely that cage there will end up being able to support, if I had to guess, maybe about 75 pole beans total, maybe a little bit more. What we were going to do with them, we were going to add corn on the outside, but it's like now we have a little area. It's like, hey, now we can maybe put a separate little chunk of corn in that, because realistically, even though the beds are 6 feet and that, you know, you can still plant in the middle, because I'm sorry, you're not going to harvest corn until it's time. So, and we did get some seed for 2 varieties of that. So whether or not we actually get anything, I have no idea. This soil is real funny out here. I live out in the middle of the Kettle Moraine, for those who don't know, and there's quite a bit of rocks, which, you know, makes me kind of wonder if this area is kind of shaped by a quarry. Not so long ago, there's a couple of them around the area, but other times too, it's like you know, there's plenty of soil in there. A good example are these 2 cherry trees again for last week. That one took me 15 minutes with a shovel and rototiller to actually dig out, to go down about a 3 foot by a 1.5 foot hole to get the recommended planting depth for the tree. And that one took almost an hour, just because of the massively huge rocks in there. So yeah, so right here, this right here was our main garden last year, and we're just going to give it up and put all like squash, pumpkins, and gourds and stuff in here. And the reason is they can go nuts. We're looking for max yield with the minimum amount of work and space. Around here, I don't know if they'll all come up. I know we got some pretty deep roots down here, but there is some asparagus that we've been getting out of last year here. Got a nice little spot of rhubarb that came back, so I'll be looking forward in about another year or so when it comes back up and ours starts looking like that this early in the year. So, and then the kids also, as you can see, cleared out a whole lot of room in that. That's a lot of scrub crap. We took all the soil, because most of this is done by hand. I had a buddy of mine come from work and that, and he helped me till a lot of this, so I really had to, you know, hats off to him. You know, thank him for it. Because I would be way far behind than everybody would be. As I said too, it's got a long way to go, but the reason we're doing the things the way we are doing it is because we can start planting within the next couple weeks without having the entire thing done. We're trying to actually repurpose just about everything we have. Not throw it away. You know, just because A, it's good for the environment, and B, well, you know, saves you money. And I guess another reason too that I'm actually making these videos is, quite honestly, I hate smart-ass people. And everybody's gung-ho about this COVID crap and all that, and yeah, I'm not going to say my opinion on it. I'm not going to say what others say about it. But what I am going to say is, it's all I've heard from a lot of people I know, that we never have time for this, we never have time for that, or we never get to see our family and all that. Well, unfortunately, I'm one of those essential / expendable workers, as I like to put it, because let's just cut the bullshit. That's what it is. But when we can get together as a family and do all this versus, and I ask other people, what are they doing? All they can say, well, I got to binge watch all these shows. Well, you know, it's like, I'm sorry for me. That's given me pure permission to tell you guys, I don't want to hear you whine about one damn thing when this is all over. Because there is no excuse. We're making use of what we were blessed with. We're doing what we want. And, you know, a lot of people got to realize there's a hell of a lot more in the world than TV. So, that's about the main thing that we got done today. You coming down from the hill here. These were the apple trees that we planted a couple of years ago. That one's the one that was severely bent over, so that one's really making a good recovery. Even this one didn't do much last year, but wow, if you look right here, you can already see the buds coming up on it. The chives, these have easily more than doubled in the size than they were at the end of last year. And this is awesome when you can go have some, make something to eat in that on here, and just see exactly, you know, where your food comes from. Holy crap, Josh, I haven't seen you in about 30 frickin' years. How are you? Wow. Awesome. Well, what this video is basically is, I got a couple on my other videos pages, is our yard and our happy little half-ass homesteader, as I like to call it. So anyway, getting back, Wisconsin winds royally suck, and wow, we what happened to the greenhouse is damn near everything fell over inside with the wind, and it was about a week ago or so, we were sitting there, and I'll bet you every 5 frickin' minutes, we're damn lucky we even got to eat the whole supper that day. So anyway, getting back, well, it's a sturdy frame, but the damn thing works like a parachute in that, I probably wouldn't buy it, and most likely if this thing rips, which get a couple good storms, I may just buy some greenhouse film, put it over it. But it was a pretty good kit. I mean, what I liked is there's a door like this on each side. It's 7 feet high by 10 feet wide and 20 feet long. So anyway, so the other parts of what we're doing on here, and besides, again, too, for being self-reliant too, the other advantage is you don't have to be nice to anyone, so hey, take it for what it's worth. These are strawberries that made it from last year we all saved, and the other ones didn't do so good. We got bought some more plants, and these little garden things you get for 29 bucks. These things are awesome when you planting them. Right here, some of the plants are going to start right off the bat. We got our cherry tomatoes, which are all going to be up here on the deck, and some asparagus. We bought 18 more strawberries here, a couple blueberry and raspberry bushes. Yeah, coming through. Jeannie's going to be growing some cannas, and there's the other raspberry bush, another variety of blueberry, some other strawberry plants, and for like that. And again, with the chippies and all that, that's going to really stink because we're going to have to really cage them up. Or said 22 Justice. So, that's about it there. And coming on down, I'll let you all guys say hi to my harem. Oh yeah, Big Papa Stevie's harem. Let's be a little invasive, a little aqua lung pervert. Oh, there they are. There they are. There's one of them. Oh yeah, getting in. So, this coop, this is a prefab coop too. It's run its course after a year. It's cracked right there, so I would not recommend these things if you ever decide to do chickens. To do chickens, hell yeah, get them. They are a blast. They're easy to care for. We average about a dozen a day with 13 birds here. We've had them since day one. They're you sell 10, 11 dozen with 13 birds, they more than pay for themselves. So yeah, this is good. There will be a new coop here. And I'm undecided right now if we're going to sit there and go off this way. We're more thinking mostly going off this way to extend the run to give them some little more outdoor time. There are a lot of hawks here, especially in the Kettle Moraine and West Bend area. So I'll tell you what, it's not really the best place to have free range. I mean, not unless you like feeding the wildlife with your chickens, which I don't. A lot of people here actually have chickens out in this area. We're not allowed to have roosters, but that's okay. Anyone who gets irritated out there's a guy about 3 blocks down, so maybe one of these days I'll have to go up there down and say, hey, does your rooster want to sleep with one of my girls? See what he says. Ooh. All right. So that's about back in there, over there. Not too much got done. Neighbor was sitting out some of his trees and asked if we wanted to take out, and he was gracious enough to do that. So one less problem in my yard. And then down here in front we have Jeannie's beds with the flowers and that. And that's going to work for some good stuff here and that. We start finding planting areas down here. This all needs to be thinned out too. Yeah, like we got time for all this. Doing that in homeschooling, but that's okay. The kids did a superb job on cleaning that out. And then that's about where that is. So, wasn't exactly the video I wanted with all the other style. I've been pretty good. I haven't made a rant video about anything because I've got a couple subjects, especially for its crash course in homeschooling. Wow, that'll be exciting. So, maybe soon. Never know. And of course, a couple other things too in that again, people having excuses. Whatever. As far as I can tell, life is good. So, I'm going to call it evening, I think. Open up garage door and head in. The only bad thing about that, I'm afraid to see what else needs repair. Our trailer's going right there. Well, yeah, thank me for that, for not turning around fast enough in the winter. So we got that. We're gonna see how that grass comes through right where the newer area is, and possibly seed with clover for the chickens and for some ground one, because we are up on a hill, and they already had to grade it back for that. And my little dream to have a couple sheds there and that. Well, we'll see how that goes. Again, trying to find something of decent value in that, and I have no problem paying people if I don't have the time. I can more than put it together myself, but let's face it, I don't always have the time. But I'm not going to get taken by a bank by some strange idiot either. That job's taken right here. Nice. Okay, well, I hope everybody's having a good weekend, good Sunday. God bless you all, and thanks for tuning in. So, end it with a nice little picture of our flag out in front, and have a great day. Talk to you later.